Good morning. Palma Airport was brought to a standstill by a massive rainstorm that flooded the island of Mallorca yesterday. Airport officials said last night that 100 of the more than 900 flights scheduled to operate yesterday had been affected by the storm. One video showed rainwater flooding one of the airport's runways, with a member of staff jokingly diving into the water to show how deep it was. Another showed the ceiling above the duty-free shops in the airport severely leaking water. According to the weather agency AMET, 45 litres of rain fell in an hour, with peaks of up to 90 litres, causing flooding both at some of the entrances to the airport and in the terminal building. After a tortuous passage through Parliament, street protests and months of dominating the political agenda, the Catalan amnesty law is finally being implemented, although its exact scope is still unclear. On Monday, the State Gazette published the Law for the Institutional, Political and Social Normalisation of Catalonia, which seeks to withdraw legal action pending or already taken against nationalists for separatist activities dating back to 2011. Yesterday, Catalonia's Higher Court of Justice had begun the process of doing so with two former regional presidents among those standing to benefit. One was Artur Mas, the other was Quim Torra. Both men had already served their bans, but the amnesty would clear their criminal records. The government estimates that around 400 Catalans will benefit from the law, although nationalist parties and organisations have placed the figure at well above 1,000. The Guardia Civil has seized 21,000 litres of laughing gas during an operation in Arenal Grande. It's the largest ever quantity intercepted by the authorities in Europe. 5 people have been arrested who were all involved in the illegal transportation and distribution of nitrous oxide in entertainment venues in Malaga province. The operation began in February when officers were informed of a group of people engaged in illegal activities in an industrial warehouse. Research showed that many rental cars came to the warehouse, especially at night, to avoid being noticed. The vehicles were loaded with the bottles of nitrous oxide that were then distributed to entertainment venues for use at parties. And in the midst of the UK's general election campaign, the Foreign Secretary David Cameron has announced a groundbreaking commitment from the Conservative Party to appoint a dedicated minister for the 5 million Brits living abroad. This new role aims to champion the interests of British expatriates under the next Conservative government. The new ministerial role aligns with practices in countries like Ireland, India and Mexico, which have specific ministers for expats. The Foreign Secretary emphasised the importance of this initiative, noting that British expats maintain strong ties to the UK, often through family connections or plans to return. He said Brits living overseas are flying the flag for Britain abroad, and nearly all of them retain a strong interest in the UK. Conservatives will ensure they have a strong voice in government, he said. That's the latest from TRE. I'm Bob James.